Welcome to this lesson supplement on using the iProperties command in Inventor. As we've kind of worked throughout this unit, we've combined making complicated shapes or complex shapes, learning how to use the different commands of Inventor, using commands like sweeps and lofts and fillets and all the good things that make a more geometrically appealing design. We've used math to kind of calculate some of the basic properties of an item or an object, because no matter what we do, we still have to calculate or determine specifics about the material. And in this activity, as we've kind of seen, we're letting the computer take over. We use computers in pretty much everything that we do within engineering and engineering design because they're more accurate, they allow more flexibility, and in reality, it's faster. So in this activity, you're working with some parts, and really what we're trying to do is to calculate some of the basics of shapes. And you've been given a few shapes. This just so happens to be one of them. These are downloadable from your assignment, which is located in Canvas as 5.6. The geometry is already given, the units are already given, and really what we're working on now is trying to calculate different pieces of information about the product. We know that because of rounding, we know because of, mistakes in copying things down, we're all going to get a little bit different error. Certainly if we use the wrong units when we draw this, perhaps maybe we don't get things just right. We don't get the same answers. But what iProperties do is they actually calculate some of the really basic things or basic properties of the object. And to get there, let me just show you that again. If I come up to my home button, my iPro in the upper left hand corner, if I left click on the arrow, I drag down, third one up from the bottom is the iProperties command, and that's what we're going to be working with. When I open it up, it allows me to see different things about the drawing. It tells me when it was created, tells me who the author was, what project this relates to, tells me what's going on with it. There's some settings that I can set. This tells me how to save it. And then the last tab is physical. Okay, now you can see here that it doesn't calculate anything. There's no material set, there's no accuracy. You can see some things here. And really, all we need to do is where we go to material, you'll go through and set the given material and place apply. And two things just happened, okay? And I'll drag this over so you can see it. One is we've actually specified the material. And you can use different levels of accuracy. But what's cool is you can set different materials. And each time, because the density of the material changes, it changes the properties of the material. So for instance, if I use lead has a very high density. So when I click apply, the mass increases, area is staying pretty constant. You can see the mass changes as I set different materials. So if I make this out of wood, if I make this out of rubber, so on and so on. Okay, but there are some tables that you have to fill out. So it's literally just a matter of going through, specifying your material, recording the specifics, so the density, the mass, area, and volume. Now, in other classes we get into center of gravity, we get into inertia and some of the other things that Inventor will calculate. But for now, this is what we're interested in. And what we're going to do is, once we're done with these, there's a fourth object that you'll be creating and doing some calculations on and seeing what you come up with just to compare. So again, in Inventor, there's a lot of different ways to do things, but hopefully this will walk you through the overview of how you can determine a material's properties in Inventor. Thank you for watching.